Liam Payne's death was a tragedy, but to many people and famous celebrities online and influencers around the world, Liam Payne's death was definitely no accident. Which begs the question, was Liam Payne murdered? And why is there so many unanswered questions surrounding his death? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Wherever you may be in the world right now, hello, my name's Lloyd, and right now you're watching When Evil Follows.
3 people have been charged in Argentina in connection with the death of the One Direction star Liam Payne. The singer fell from a hotel balcony in Buenos Aires last month. Prosecutors say that he had taken cocaine, alcohol, and a prescription antidepressant.
Liam Payne was born on the 29th of August in the year of 1993 at the Wolverhampton Hospital in the West Midlands of England. He had an older sister named Ruth and was raised in a working-class family household. His mother Karen was a nurse and a homemaker and designer, and a woman full of unique qualities. His father Jeff Payne was also a professional fitter who worked hard since leaving school in 1973. All in all, the family household was a very happy place to be. Both the children were loved and had a great relationship with both parents. It was from an early age Liam discovered he had a fascination and a huge love for music and singing, wooing family and friends with his smooth tone. And as a kid, Liam was no different from any other child. He was healthy, energetic, and active. He loved playing sports like football and tennis and other high engaging outdoor activities. Liam's educational life would also follow suit to his character. He attended the St. Peter's Collegiate School and enjoyed everything and anything to do with drama, music, dance and literature. And it was around this time in his life where Liam started to dream big. His main dream in life was of course to become a singer, but it was a dream he didn't know how to pursue. However, all that was about to change, and given the fact that Liam enjoyed singing and had a really nice tone to his voice, his friends would tell him to start auditioning for local shows in and around his community. But Liam's dreams came much bigger than just performing on a local stage. Liam's ideology was, if you're going to put yourself out there, then you gotta do it properly. And yeah, in that aspect he didn't fail in determination, dedication or confidence. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Liam had a close-knit family, and it was on a weekend when Liam was sat watching weekend TV with his family, and after watching Britain's most popular talent show, his parents suggested that Liam should audition for the X Factor. And after talking to his friends about this idea, his friends agreed it was the right move, and so Liam auditioned for the X Factor in 2008.
Fly me to the moon.
And although the audience and judging panel seemed to love him, he was told outright that he simply wasn't ready. Now, I watched these first auditions and I thought he did really well, but hey, I'm not a judge, so what do I know? Anyways, after making his first appearance on the X Factor, Liam would go on to attend residency at the Wolverhampton College where he studied music technology. And even though everything seemed to be going really great for young Liam, he was still dreaming about making his mark in the world of music. And so with that defeat and a dent in his armour, along with a ton of new experiences under his belt, of which only strengthened his belief and confidence, just 2 years later he was back and auditioning for the X Factor.
I'm going to sing Cry Me a River.
This time around more mature and slightly older, and now with a ton of heap of knowledge and experience from being on the show previously. He was more determined than ever to get that yes and that magical pass. And so he gets up on the stage and he sings his song. His demeanour and image improved, and yeah, he did a really good job. But once again he was turned down by the judging panel. And yeah, it was pure devastation and heartbreak for young Liam. But Simon Cowell had something very different planned for Liam. And just a short while later he was cherry-picked by the judges to audition as part of a boy band, with Harry Styles, Louis Tomlinson, Neil and Zayn forming One Direction. Yeah, the audience loved them and the judges loved them, but they didn't win the show. But they did go on to be considered one of the biggest UK boy bands of all time. The unstoppable One Direction train was on track, and at full speed, soon becoming one of the best-selling boy bands in history, and with several successful albums including Up All Night in 2011, Take Me Home in 2012, Midnight Memories in 2013, 4 in 2014, and Made in the AM 2015. Everything seemed to be going great for the group. Well, at least it seemed that way for the fans and mainstream media. This perfectly young and innocent looking band with their baby faces looked totally together and ready to take the world of pop by storm. But behind closed doors, something much more sinister was at hand. And when I say sinister, I mean crazy shit sinister. There were arguments between band members, jealous rivalry, and a deep-seated, inexcusable poor management. A management that would force the boys to work almost 14 hours a day. And this management was only interested in one thing, and that was making money. And yeah, when the band became restless or in need of rest or time off, the influence of alcohol and illegal narcotics were made available. Now, Liam did speak about this during a live podcast, claiming that while they were out working on tour, their personal security and their management staff who worked for the recording label would actually lock them up in their hotel rooms at night. Liam went on to say that the music industrial business only saw the boy band as a money-making product, and so to protect their product, they would lock them in their hotel room in an effort to stop them going out at night to protect them from unwanted or untrustworthy press reports. And so yeah, they were all locked in their hotel rooms at night. Liam also mentioned that not only were they locked in their hotel rooms at night, the hotel rooms would be loaded with alcohol, which of course they would make the most of. And so by a young age, this boy band, this group of young teenagers were continuously exposed to alcohol, of which would lead to an addiction, driven by a world of isolation and the pressure to make money. Liam also said these hotel rooms would even have drugs on standby, left on a plate, right next to the alcohol. And so yeah, it doesn't take a scientist to understand that these kids, these young men were being mistreated and forced to work, and were being exposed to a much more problematic and darker, sinister world of fame, leading to most of the group regularly drinking heavily. And of course, on such young shoulders, with that amount of fame and pressure, that along with poor management and illegal narcotics and alcohol basically being given and handed over to these teenagers, it would only be a matter of time before this innocent looking boy band would literally implode on themselves. And that is exactly what happened. By 2015, Liam's mental health was shot, and he was drinking heavily and using drugs. And with no one to talk to, I mean, this kid was more or less alone and lonely, so I can understand how his mental health got worse and worse. And it would be in 2017 the public and mainstream media would eventually find out about all this abuse, when Liam went public during a close-up and personal podcast interview. Now obviously the band split in 2016, and even though Liam's mental health was deteriorating and had to learn to live with extreme anxiety and poor mental health issues, his solo career was pretty decent. And he went on to have success with his single hits like Strip That Down, Get Low, Familiar, and Polaroid. Tunes that typically combine the elements of pop, R&B, electro music together. And yeah, he became a commercial success. Liam's personal life was tricky for him to navigate. His relationship with Cheryl Cole was turbulent after the couple welcomed their son, Bear Gary Payne, into the world in March 2017. However, just 1 year later, the couple would announce their separation in July 2018, and it's believed that this was the start of a deeper struggle with his mental health, that along with the One Direction split and the harsh pressure that accompanied his fame. In 2022, Liam began dating Kate Cassidy, an online influencer with over 700,000 followers on Instagram and over 1 million followers on TikTok. The couple made their first public appearance in the early months of 2022. However, just days before Liam's strange and suspicious death in October 2024, Liam's recording label Universal Music dropped him and his contract, terminating his singing career with them just 48 hours before Liam lost his life.
We're hearing reports that a former member of One Direction, Liam Payne, has died after falling from the third floor of a hotel in Buenos Aires. Now, this is according to the Reuters news agency.
Of which brings us up to date. So what do we actually know about Liam's death? I mean, what do we actually know about it? In all hindsight, not an awful lot. In fact, what we do know, or what we've been told by mainstream media, only leads to more and more questions. And it seems that hundreds of thousands of people online simply don't believe what they're being told. In fact, many people have gone as far as to debunk what mainstream media is trying to tell us. Influencers, celebrities alike all believe that Liam was indeed murdered. And to be honest with you, many things we've been told by mainstream TV media simply doesn't add up. In the October of 2024, we know that Liam Payne and his girlfriend Kate were booked into a hotel called Costa Sur in Argentina. We also know that Liam suffered with many mental health conditions, one being autophobia, a condition where Liam would experience severe anxiety when being left alone due to being locked in hotel rooms. As I mentioned earlier, we also know his girlfriend left the hotel just 24 hours before his death. We also know that after Kate left, Liam spent most of his free time in the hotel lobby due to his autophobia. We was also told by TV media that a phone call was made to the emergency police services, stating that Liam is smashing up his room in the hotel, and that he was under some unknown influence, possibly drugs or alcohol. We know the staff on the phone also told the emergency police services that they had locked him inside his hotel room, but were concerned for his safety as his hotel room had an open balcony. We were also told that after he smashed up his hotel room, he came down to the lobby and started smashing up the lobby, and that's when staff members of the hotel walked him back up to his third floor room and locked him inside. And also we was told that Liam must have tried to climb down from his hotel room balcony to try and lower himself down onto the second floor to make his escape. This could actually make sense as the hotel staff did find his backpack on the second floor balcony, but after throwing his bag onto the second floor balcony, he fell to his death. We also know, according to TV news media, the paparazzi and people passing by all gathered around to take photographs of his body, and that many different narcotics were found on his table in his hotel room, including a pink powder. And so there you have it apparently. Liam was on some kind of illegal substance and many different drugs were found in his room. He then lost control and smashed his hotel room up. He then went down to the lobby and smashed up the lobby as well. The hotel staff then took him back up to his hotel room and locked him inside. The hotel staff then made an emergency phone call, whilst at the same time Liam planned his escape and accidentally fell to his death. That all makes sense, so case closed, right? Well, no. Maybe not. See, all that sounds somewhat feasible, when in fact there's just so many things here that just don't add up. And that's why so many people believe that none of this is at all possible. And yeah, they could be right. I mean, could it be perfectly possible that something much more sinister is at play here? Well, as I mentioned earlier, many celebrities and influencers all believe that foul play is definitely possible. To start with, let's look at what we don't know surrounding Liam's death, and we'll take it from there. Why did Liam's recording label Universal Music terminate his singing career with them? His sales were still peaking at over 1 million downloads, and then oddly, just 72 hours later, he's found dead. And who actually picked and booked that specific hotel? Who actually booked the room? Because it definitely wasn't Liam or Kate. And why would his girlfriend, knowing his condition, leave him all alone in a hotel just 24 hours before his death? Stranger still, why would she record herself with her phone practically all the way back home?
Travel from South America back to Florida with me. I was so ready to leave.
And why would the hotel staff, knowing his actions were unpredictable and that he's a danger to himself, lock him in a hotel room knowing that there's a high balcony view? That's probably the most stupid and insane thing to do. Also, how would the hotel bar staff know he was on drugs, not drunk? Well, the reason they knew he was on drugs is because they were the people that supplied it to him. Yeah, that's right, this guy. And where is the video evidence of Liam smashing up the hotel? It's a 5-star hotel, and yet there's not one security camera that captured Liam smashing up the hotel. There's no evidence. And if Liam was planning to escape by climbing down the balcony, why would he make his escape into another locked room, only to find himself in the same situation? It just doesn't make any sense. Also, the view of Liam's balcony is directly over an enclosed centre space. The centre area is surrounded by the building and the ground is a secure garden area. I mean, let's say he did escape by climbing down all 3 balconies, of which is completely ridiculous. The area that he would have dropped onto, on ground floor, he'd have been locked and enclosed in that space anyway, and this is a fact. Liam would have known. And why have no witnesses come forward with any video footage? I mean, guys, it's 2024. If I saw somebody famous smashing up a hotel room, you bet your ass I'm going to record it. If I saw Kylie Minogue doing, I don't know, somersaults naked going down the hallway, I'm recording that. Don't know what I'll do with the footage, but definitely recording that. And lastly, if Liam did fall to his death, why is there photographs of Liam's body outside the hotel, with paparazzi and passing people all gathered around his dead body? It's supposed to be enclosed. It's an enclosed space, so why is there people from the public there? Now, if this photograph is legit, it would strongly suggest that he didn't fall from his hotel balcony whatsoever. And if he did fall from his hotel balcony, then how did he manage to land on the other side of the hotel? And why were most of the cameras turned off for that one single day of the year? I think it's all very similar to the Princess Diana situation when she entered that tunnel in Paris, where all cameras were conveniently just turned off for that one particular moment of the year. Why are there only 2 cameras out of 54 cameras in the building working? And why are all the so-called pictures with no video imagery also pixelated? It's almost impossible to identify anyone in the images exposed to the public. Especially in 2024, I mean, even taxi cabs in London have better video imagery. And guys, remember, this is a luxurious 5-star hotel. I mean, nothing, guys, nothing seems to fit. There's also a lot of speculation surrounding the drugs found in his room. In one of the photographs you can clearly see some kind of pink powder, and then in the exact same photograph it's gone. It's been moved or edited out. Something else that's a little bit odd. Notice that there's a very random packaging of Dove just left on the table there. I mean, yeah, it's normal for people to use that product, but it is a little bit strange just to leave it there like that on the table. So I thought it was strange and did a little bit of research into the logo of the Dove packet. The logo on the Dove packet is an actual symbolism only used by the Freemasons. The Dove symbolism is the Freemasons' message. Yeah, the symbol quite literally means the message and to exhort somebody. Also, Liam died on the 16th of October, which is the Freemasons' ritual blood moon, meaning hunter's moon, the sacrifice hunter's moon, also known as the blood moon. Also, the ambulance that come to take away the dead body was clearly numbered 263. 26 is another Freemasons number, meaning Prince of Mercy. It's all just a little bit strange. I mean, how is it possible for one person to be that far gone on drugs, smashing things up, screaming and shouting at people, and no one saw or heard anything? No concrete, clear video proof. No nothing. Also, the same week Liam died, he had recently applied for an American visa, so why would he let ill behaviour jeopardise that? There's just so many things that don't really add up. And yeah, these are some of the questions the public are demanding answers for, and many fans around the world will never really believe what's being told to them until fans see some true hardcore evidence. And up until now, there's not really a lot. No definitive proof to this story being real. Only the death of Liam itself. Meaning, could it be at all possible that Liam Payne didn't fall, but was pushed, murdered in some sketchy cover-up, or murdered in some elaborate scheme for some dark agenda? Could it be at all possible that Liam Payne knew something or someone, or had even seen something someone didn't want going public? Could it be perfectly feasible or possible that Liam being dead would make the One Direction sales go through the roof? Or could it be at all possible that Liam could be worth more to the music industry dead? And let's be honest here, there's so many questions with no definitive answers. And when things in life don't make sense, there's always going to be suspicion and questions. So be honest here. Do you believe Liam's death is suspicious? Or maybe you just believe his death was simply nothing more than a tragic accident? Either way, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. By sharing your views with others, it's a great way to spark debate. And as for me, I think I'll take a back seat on this one and let you guys figure this one out. Bye.